Hey guys, and welcome to another week of yoga session. It's that time of the week now to bring everything together, what we've just learnt, put it into the yoga, get rid of a lot of muscle stiffness and soreness, and get some more blood flowing into your body. So, without further ado, I've got my yoga mat, and today I'm going to wear some socks just for a bit of difference, just to see if I can get a bit of sort of different movement, if I can. Okay, let's hit it. Standing in mountain pose, hands together the prayer, or by your side, whichever one you choose, and just breathing deep breaths. Inhale and exhale 5 times in your own time. From here you can begin to move your neck side to side, just stretching out your neck, keeping your posture and stance nice and straight. Alright, let's inhale your hands up. Reaching up nice and tall, clasp your hands together. And now reach over to the right. You can bring your right arm down if you like. Now inhale back up and reach over to the other side. Alright, and back on up. And now exhale down, all the way down to flat back. Just dangle your arms here and make your way down to the floor. Come back up to flat back, and then clasp your hands behind you. Alright, release your hands and then begin to slowly, carefully come on up. Alright, now from here let's do some arm circles. From here, just shake them out. Just do some huggers. Top to bottom, bottom to top.
it's time to begin sun salutations. Alright, nice and slowly, we're going to break down the first one. Hands to prayer. Inhale up, nice and high, nice and tall. Now swan dive down to the floor, reach to your toes. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale your hand back down, move into plank. From here we're going to do 5 push-ups, slow and methodical. On your 5th and final one, go into chaturanga and into cobra. So with cobra, you're placing your hands close to your chest and then you're raising your arms up. What I'm doing here is more sphinx. Don't be copying me just now. Now I've moved into cobra. So you see my arms are bent, hands roughly around chest height. Now from here, come on up and into child's pose. Separate the knees and sit in between them. 5 breaths right here. Alright, come forward and into downward dog. Alright, from here paddle the feet, just don't do too much. Here, reach on up with your toes as high as you can and float them back to your hand. Inhale to flat back, exhale back down to the floor and reverse your swan dive all the way back up. Back to prayer. Alright, let's pick up the pace now. Inhale your arms up, swan dive down to the floor. Inhale up to flat back and exhale back down to the floor. Moving into plank, chaturanga and upward dog. Back to plank and downward dog. Way up on your toes and jump on up to your hands. Inhale up to flat back, exhale back down to the floor. Strong arms and back, reverse swan dive all the way back up. And now exhale to prayer. Inhale your arms up, swan dive down to the floor. Inhale up to flat back. And exhale back down to the floor, moving into plank, chaturanga and upward dog. Back to plank and downward dog. way up on your toes and jump on up to your hands. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale back down to the floor. Strong arms and back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. And now exhale to prayer. Inhale your arms up. Swan dive down to the floor. Inhale up to flat back. And exhale back down to the floor. Moving into plank, chaturanga and upward dog. Back to plank and downward dog. Now we're here for 5 breaths. Way up on your toes and jump on up to your hands. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale back down to the floor. Strong arms and back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. And now exhale to prayer. Inhale your arms up. Bend your legs and into chair pose. From here, let's bend forward down to the floor. Inhale up to flat back and exhale back down to the floor. Moving into plank, chaturanga and upward dog. Back to plank, then downward dog. From here, raise your right foot up into the air. Now bring your knee to the forehead. Reach on back up with your leg and swing your knee to your left arm. Bring it on back. And now right knee, right elbow. Okay, straighten it back up. Now swing it through to your hands. Turn your back foot down. Reach on up. Warrior one. Alright, bring your arms back down to the floor. Float your front leg back. Back to plank, chaturanga and upward dog. And now back down to plank and downward dog. Float your left heel up into the sky. Bring your leg down to meet your forehead. And back on up. Left knee to right elbow. Come on back. And now left knee to left elbow. And float on back up. And now swing it through to your hands. Your back foot goes flat on the floor. Reach on up, warrior one. And bring it down. Leg goes back into plank, chaturanga, upward dog, plank and downward dog. Float your right heel into the sky. Up on your toes, bring your feet back to your hands. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale back down to the floor. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Bend your knees, chair pose. Stand up, hands to prayer. Inhale your arms up. Swan dive down to the floor. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale back down to the floor. Onto plank, chaturanga, upward dog. Back to plank and downward dog. Float that right heel up. Bring it through to runner's pose. Back heel down. Reach on up, warrior one. Exhale down, back to plank, back to chaturanga. Do your upward dog. Back to plank, downward dog. Inhale your left leg up. Swing it through. Back heel down. Reach on up, warrior one. Exhale down, back to plank, back to chaturanga. Do your upward dog. Back to plank, downward dog. Alright, that was a single. Now we're going to do a double. Up on your toes, bring your feet back to your hands. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale back down to the floor. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Bend your knees, chair pose. Stand up, hands to prayer. Inhale your arms up. Swan dive down to the floor. Onto plank, chaturanga, upward dog, back to plank and downward dog. Float that right heel up. Bring it through to runner's pose. Back heel down. Reach on up, warrior one. Exhale down, back to plank, back to chaturanga. Do your upward dog. Back to plank, downward dog. Inhale your left leg up, swing it through, back heel down, reach on up, warrior one. Exhale down, back to plank, back to chaturanga, do your upward dog. Back to plank, downward dog. Float that right heel up. Bring it through to runner's pose. Back heel down, reach on up, warrior one. Exhale down, back to plank, back to chaturanga. do your upward dog. Back to plank, downward dog. Inhale your left leg up, swing it through, back heel down, reach on up, warrior one. Exhale down, back to plank, back to chaturanga, do your upward dog. Back to plank, downward dog. Recovery breaths here, everybody. Alright, now we're going to go into a triple. Up on your toes, bring your feet back to your hands. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale back down to the floor. Want reverse swan dive all the way up. Bend your knees, chair pose. Hand up. Insta prayer. Inhale your arms up. Swan dive down to the floor. Onto plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Back to plank and downward dog. Float that right heel up. Bring it through to runner's pose. Back heel down. Reach on up. Warrior one. Exhale down. Back to plank. Back to chaturanga. Do your upward dog. Back to plank. Downward dog. Inhale your left leg up, swing it through, back heel down, reach on up, warrior one. Exhale down, back to plank, back to chaturanga, do your upward dog, back to plank, downward dog. Float that right heel up, bring it through to runner's pose. Back heel down, reach on up, warrior one. Exhale down, back to plank, back to chaturanga, do your upward dog, back to plank, downward dog. Inhale your left leg up, swing it through, back heel down, reach on up, warrior one. Exhale down, back to plank, back to chaturanga, do your upward dog, back to plank, downward dog. Float that right heel up. Bring it through to runner's pose. Back heel down. Reach on up. Warrior one. Exhale down. Back to plank. Back to chaturanga. Do your upward dog. Back to plank. Downward dog. Inhale your left leg up. Swing it through. Back heel down. Reach on up. Warrior one. Exhale down, back to plank, back to chaturanga, do your upward dog, back to plank, downward dog. Drop the knees, spread the knees, child's pose. I went a little off track here, so just stick with the original. Happens when you're tired and you start to do your own thing. So everybody's in child pose. From here you can have a drink if you need to, towel off if you need to, otherwise get back to position. Alright, let's go into downward dog. Alright, raise your right leg up into the sky, swing it through, keep your back heel where it is this time. Now swing it up, crescent pose. Now from here we're going to lean out forward. Now float on up into Warrior 3. From here, float your right hand down, left hand straight up into the air. Come back to Warrior 3. Now left hand, right foot, reverse, half moon. I'm modifying here so you can too. You don't have to just stay on that one leg if it's too much. Now release that, both hands down to the floor, keeping your leg up and into a standing splits. Alright, start to come out and we're going to do some crunch raises. Alright, bring that foot down, hang forward, and shake out that leg that's burning. Okay, from here we're going into crane. Place your hands on the floor, feet are straight, and place your elbows on top of your triceps. Or not, or just do one, or just do none. Just do the best you can. Step out of that, back to plank, back to downward dog. Float your left heel up. Swing it through. Your back heel where it is. Fingertips on the floor. Raise on up to crescent pose. Alright, now lean out. And float on up. Warrior 3. The arms out to the side. And reach on down. Left arm, left foot. Come back to Warrior 3. Right arm, left foot, reverse half moon.
Oh, just need stronger legs for that.
Back down to the floor and onto standing splits. Let's do some leg crunches here. That's 5. Bring your feet down. And shake out that leg. And let's go into crane prep. So we go into squat pose first. Hands down to the floor. Thumbs facing one another. You can go into child's pose here and take a rest. Back to downward dog. Let's float that right heel into the sky. Swing it through. Place the back foot down, fingertips to the floor, lift on up, warrior 1. Now from here, swing your left arm back, warrior 2. From here, reach on out, bend down to your foot, back on up, come back down, that's 2. Come on up, back down, come on back up, back down, and come on back. Last one, back down, and come on back. Back to warrior 2, straighten your front leg and drop down to triangle pose. Come back up into warrior 2 and reverse warrior. From here we go back to warrior 2. Now straighten out your leg again, right arm behind your back, left arm down, and clasp the 2 hands together. From here, come back down and into runner's pose. Lift your back leg off the floor, supporting with the ball of your foot. You can place your back leg onto the floor. Straighten out your front one. From here you can do your front splits. From here go back into a runner's lunge. And now from here we go right into chaturanga and upward dog. Back to plank, downward dog. Let's go do the other side. Float your left leg into the sky, come on through, back heel down, runner's pose, warrior 1. Swing through to warrior 2. Okay, 5 lunges from here. Let's go. And last one, that's 5. Straighten out your front leg and reach on forward and down, triangle pose. From here, leg strong, arms strong, reach on back up. Bend your front leg and into warrior 2. And now dip on back to reverse warrior. Back to warrior 2 and let's go for the wrap. From here, dip down into runner's stretch. Now place your back leg down, straighten out your front leg. And you can go into splits here. Right, come out of that one and go into runner's lunge. Now float on back to plank and chaturanga, upward dog. And now back to downward dog. And go into child's pose. Time to work on our abs. Everybody on your backs. Left knee bent, right leg straight. We'll be doing some switches. Bring your elbow here to meet your opposite knee.
a
5.
drink.
Alright, it's time for Abinal. Both legs are up, and now reach on to your left, reach over to your right, reach on over to your left, and just keep it slow here. Alright, from here, keep your legs straight up and widen them out. Hands between your legs and going for crunches. Alright, done with that one. And now we're going on to bridge. So your back's on the floor, your knees are bent. Now lift up your body and place your arms underneath your body. If you're feeling really good, you can raise one leg up in the air. Okay, you can do the other leg now. Alright, come out of that one, tuck your knees in. Grab a hand on each foot and go into happy baby. From here, release the left leg down. Swap over, other leg. Bring your knees in. Now do some forward and back rolls. Right, from sitting now, we're going to go into frog. So pad up your knees here. So your thighs are at 90 degrees to your body and your legs are at 90 degrees to your thighs. Alright, now when you come out of this, go forward. So from here we're going to go to pigeon. So get into downward dog. Float your right leg into the air and aim your right knee to your left hand. From here, lean forward. Alright, let's switch on over, do the other side. Back to downward dog. Float your left heel into the sky. Left knee to right hand. And take a seat. Alright, let's come out of that one. Take a seat, legs in front of you. Sit up tall, arms are up, and reach on down. Alright, from here let's go into shoulder stand. So on your backs, raise your feet up, hands on your lumbar back. Now don't put any pressure on your neck here. The support is all on your shoulders. Both feet straight up in the air. Now legs out wide. Now bring your feet together and keep your knees out. Straighten your legs back out. Now bring the right foot down and keep your left foot up. Now the other one, you can switch. Now bend both knees down to either side of your face. Now from here, supporting your back, very gently roll on down. Extend the left knee out and put the right knee in. Place your left hand over to your right thigh, right arm out, right knee across your body. Alright, let's swap your legs over. Alright everybody, arms out wide, feet wide, laying on the floor. And close your eyes here and just breathe. Reach your arms overhead, spread the fingers, flex your feet, drive your heels away from you. Begin to come back and roll over onto your side. Pulling your knees in, resting your head on your hands. Now from here, lift on up, sitting down. Sitting tall, legs are crossed.
I tell you, that feels so much better now.
We're going to do one Om here. Inhale your breath up. Now release it through the sounds of your vocal cords, giving them a massage.
Well done, guys. See you tomorrow.